So that's why I think Jobo could dominate that game. But it was actually pretty nice. So it was nice to watch.
Yep.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey, nice game. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, just wanted to point one thing earlier, Dentarg, when you said that I should send the first Corsair to scout.
Yeah.
But you're right in general, of course. But the most important thing for me at that time was to make sure that he doesn't have an overlord outside my natural, so that I could make the DT, and that way I can, if he does Hydralisk pressure, I can hold off without Storm. The DT denies Hydralisk pressure, and as Ranko mentioned, because of the fact that I kept scouting with my probe over and over and over again. I knew exactly right about what he was doing, like the fact that his Spire was really late. So I knew that I didn't have to worry about Scourge coming or Mutalisk coming anytime soon. I knew that it was going to be Hydralisk. I saw the fourth hatchery in the natural, so I knew that it was going to be Hydra. I knew that I had some time, and I knew that a DT would be the best option for me, so I killed the Overlord there first, just to give you a little insight on that.
Oh, yeah, that's good to know. Pretty interesting.
And I kind of missed what you guys were saying earlier in the game about the scouting probe, but I wanted to point out that it's kind of similar to Circuit Breaker. Normally what Protoss would do is they would scout the third base in between their main and the main below them in my case, right? So I would have gone down with my probe. But if I go diagonal like that, then I can find out if he's in either the top base or the bottom base, right? Like if you scout the base below you, then and you see the Overlord, then you know that they're below you. But if you don't see an Overlord, you don't know if he's top left or bottom left. But if you scout diagonally like that, then you know if he's either top or bottom left. And if he's not in either of those two, that means he's in bottom right. So you pretty much scout one location to find out the location of the Zerg anywhere on the map. And the Zerg might be confused and think that you're in the top left also. So as a result of, like, in the very beginning when I scouted that way and I saw the Overlord, and that kind of forced him to take a 50-50 chance with his Zerglings to send it to top right or bottom right. So I think that that's a really important trick for people to to learn. It's really a cute trick.
I see.
Okay,
righty.
That's all I have to say.
Let's heading up to our fourth game in the series.
I think it's yours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mine.
Okay, let's go. All right, so it's gonna be me and Dentarg on the mic, and Kanzaki Renko, the designated observer for this Caspa match. All right, at the 12 o'clock we have by Flash spawning as the teal Terran.
And on the bottom. Oh, you can go.
No, you go ahead, man. 1-on-1.
Yeah, and on the bottom, on the 6 o'clock position, there is there's Lava.
Larva the Green Zerg.
Yeah, Lava the Green Zerg. And we are playing on Destination, so it's really obvious that everyone knows where the opponent is. So I'm pretty excited about if there's some cheese or something like that, because that happened to me really often, that when I played at others just using as cheese or something.
Yeah, on this map oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, on this map in particular, you would think that it's logical that cheese would be less likely because you can scout your opponent early and see the cheese as soon as you want to see it. You just send your SCV or your drone and you know exactly what's coming to you. But this map, I know it's so large for two people, in the sense that you can hide your proxy whatever you want anywhere if you're Terran or Protoss. Even Zerg can do. I've seen people do proxy hatchery on this map, especially at lower levels. So there's lots of crazy things that you can do on this map. So it's gonna be interesting to see what our players opt for here.
But I think it's actually pretty standard, isn't it? Like, maybe.
Oh, the map itself, yeah, you can play it standard, no problem. It's not like a quirky map. I'm just saying that there's a lot of potential abusive locations.
Definitely, yeah. But yeah, like we see that the Ranker is going for the Wallen, I think.
Yeah, this isn't the factory Wallen. I mean, this isn't the mech Wallen, because you can make this Zergling tight, but he's not going for that option. If you wanted to make it Zergling tight, it would have to be up and to the right one more unit. He's actually just going for just a slight narrowing. He can actually fit a second barracks, I believe, between. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can fit another barracks. Oh man, it's hard for me to tell.
It's actually one supply.
Yeah, it is one supply. Okay, I was wrong. Yeah, because when the barracks is building, it's hard to tell. I'm just used to seeing it. When you build it yourself, you can Oh, I know what you did. Usually, what I see most people do is they place the depot one up and one to the left, and then they place the barracks one up and one to the right. So that way, like it's the same wall, but it's instead of diagonal, it's vertical. So that's why I was a little thrown off by it. But we do see from the Zerg, he went for, it looks like 12 pool, but no gas.
This is
Oh,
a 12 expansion 12 pool.
oh yeah, yes.
Uh,
I'm so
it
stupid.
expands
12. Yeah, I didn't see the hatchery. My fault. I'm already messing up. I'm terrible. It looks like Renko did scout it though. He is responding with a Raxifi, and he waited. He didn't even make a Marine before making the command center. It's a good read. We see the third hatchery placement from Zookeeper. I'm kind of suspicious about this placement. Excuse me, especially since I think Renko just saw it. The problem with this placement right here is that if there is ever a siege tank push, he can actually shoot directly up at the hatchery from the bridge.
That's right. But let's see if Franco actually saw it. I'm not sure.
No, I'm pretty sure he did. His SCV has been dancing around there for a little bit of time. And Renko right now, he's going for the second Rax. So I'm pretty sure that if you're going for a what's called +1 5 Rax, the second Rax is standard. He is getting the gas as well, but we should see the engineering bay shortly after the gas, then before the academy, if it's +1 5 Rax, if I'm not mistaken. It could be just a 2 Rax aggression as well, because that does happen. We're gonna have to see what happens here.
One upgrade academy is actually you make engineering before making second barracks.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, because I think in that replay you recently showed me of the Flash versus Jadon, he actually went for the second Rax before. I think he was just playing a little bit safer then, maybe.
No, that's because that's because it was in 2010.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we see the second Rax lands a little bit later. We do have 3 Marines, but there are 4 Zerglings. See, if it was 6 Zerglings, I might be a little bit worried for our boy Renko here. But with 4 Zerglings, I think he will be just fine. And here come the Lings. They're gonna scout. Ooh. Indecisiveness led him to not be able to do anything there. But keeping the Zerglings alive is very crucial. If he wasted them on the Marines, that means that he would have to waste another larva or 2 on Zerglings there, which hurts Zerg more in the early game than it would hurt Renko to rebuild those 3 Marines. So we do see Stimpack on the way. It is just going to be a standard 2 Rax follow-up, not going to be a +1. And I kind of agree with that. I don't think that +1 timing is as strong on maps like this with such narrow chokes. It really limits the surface area that the Marine Medic army can take, meaning that Sunkens are going to be stronger, easier to hold the expansion here. And we do see a Spire coming from the Zerg.
About the links, they still don't have any speed. Is that like a crucial indicator for the Terran player? Like that you can actually know, oh, he has no speed? Okay, now he has speed.
I think that his speed is definitely late. You're supposed to start your speed immediately after you start your layer. Late speed, I think it means that you can be less afraid of moving out onto the map with your Marine Medic if need be, and that's what we see him doing here after the speed started. But what really did it was the scan. He scanned right on top of the main hatchery. He saw the Spire, and so he knew that the timing is now. He did scan. I think he just scanned the natural. I wasn't able to catch that. Maybe he saw the colony forming. He probably thought that the sunken was almost done. But no, it looks like he might have been waiting for the fire bat actually to engage this. So let's see how this engagement goes.
Yeah.
Let's see how this bridge works. Ooh, he lets the Marines right in. This is bad.
Ooh,
oh, but the sunken finishes it.
Sunken finished.
Yeah, I feel like Renko made a mistake there. He walked with his Marines vertically down. If he had walked horizontally, towards the wall to the left there, he would have had a more favorable surface area against the Zerglings than what he had. He's gonna try to take down this sunken colony with just the 3 Marines, but the drones are here to help. The medics can't heal everybody at once. The sunken is dangerously low. Ooh, but it does get taken out.
That was pretty close, I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think that was a really rush, like, how do you say, like, not really calmly play, like, it's like, oh, he thought, oh, now I have to do something.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it would be just better just to use all your money, just build these barracks maybe earlier. I don't know if the barracks are that necessary, but to produce more stuff buildings, because you actually could kill a lot of links, and then he just knew, okay, now he can't attack me, but I can't attack neither because I have just only 3 Marines left. And I think these 3 Marines could actually, and these 2 medics could actually be like a few more units just for defending. And
Yeah,
therefore,
I think that the issue is that I agree with you that Renko might have been a little bit hasty there, but he did force Zookeeper to make a lot of Zerglings as a result. If you see, he made at least 6 or 8 Zerglings after that. So he forced a couple of the eggs that were crucial for producing Mutalisks to turn into Zerglings. So it was kind of like 2 mistakes wrapped up in one. You know, they both made a mistake. And as a result, it kind of evens out. The Mutalisks were delayed by quite some time. I believe that the standard timing for Mutalisks to arrive at the Terran Natural should be like 6:30.
Yeah, 6:30.
They arrived at 7:50, so a minute and a half late, and that's all because of the attack that Renko did. So a bit of a mistake on both sides. It worked out slightly in Renko's favor. I mean, he is still going to be struggling to put these turrets up, but he does have a healthy Marine count here. I'm concerned about the lack of the medics. Yeah, this is the place where I would say that that you are definitely correct, Dentarg, is that if those 2 medics had been brought back home, he would have a lot better healing on his army right now. And with 1 medic, you can't constantly stim. Now he has 2, but one of them, yeah, they're both pretty low.
Oh, this Mutalisk have pretty nice SAV sniping. That's really nice. Ooh,
yeah, that's a bad place to be.
That's not a bit wasting. Oh shit. Oh no, they are still survived. Oh, I thought like all the Marines are coming and killing everything, but actually he did a decent amount, pretty decent jobs, like killing a few SAVs, delaying like that second Terran starport, like all these turrets, and then just going home. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
but now I think he has to secure his 3rd base.
Yeah, I feel like he might have gone home a little bit too early. There was definitely some things that he could have kept picking at, kept running around, keeping the Marine Medic occupied. But now that the Mutalisks have flown back home, the Marine Medic are free to come out onto the map and try to catch them out in the field. And that's exactly what they do. They get a few Marine kills there, but all the Mutalisks are hurt. There's only 10 of them, and 2 of them are in the blue. So this is definitely it worked out in Renko's favor, the fact that Zookeeper went back home when he didn't really have to. And another thing that I want to point out is that it looks like Zookeeper is going for I think what's called Crazy Zerg, is the fact that he got a Hydra Den, but he didn't get lurkers. I don't see any lurkers anywhere. He's going double Evo with melee armor and attack and a Queen's Nest. So usually what follows after this is that the Zerg should hypothetically just keep going muta into Ultra Link, just like skip lurkers altogether. But here comes the Sunkens. They're gonna finish in time. Let's see how the bridge just managed. No, the bridge works out in Zookeeper's favor one more time.
That's right. Pretty good.
Yeah, the Mules didn't even react. They're like, you know, if you're gonna go for that, bro, just go ahead, man. It's all you. But he knew that the bridge was going to stunt Renko a little bit too much, and the medics being up at front blocked a lot of the Marines from crossing the bridge as well. But we do have double starport. This is very standard TVZ. 2 starport for vessels, 1 tank. It doesn't look like he's going to be transitioning to mech anytime soon. He's probably going to want to secure his 3rd base for a 3rd gas. I really would like to see if he makes 2 dropships instead of waiting for vessel here. That would be the I think the real great play, because what I love seeing Terrans do is while the science facility is building, you make dropships, because Starport is idle because the science facility isn't done yet. He could have made a dropship, and that would have been a major boon to him. I mean, if you look at how exposed the main is of the Zerg, he could have just parked his Marine Medic right here next to the cliff where he's standing right now, and just slowly like lift over all his Marine Medic into the main base. Because if you look at him right now, he's just running. Ooh, I'm not sure about this engagement. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Did he wait for +1? Yeah, he waited for +1. This actually worked out. I think it would have been a lot better if he sent the Mutalisks second. Like if he sent the Lynx first and then the Mutalisks, he would have been able to keep a lot more of his Mutalisks alive. But that actually worked out very well in his favor. And Renko, his macro must have slipped a little bit. I mean, he has very few units back home. This is actually kind of dangerous.
That's pretty dangerous. Looks like that.
Ooh, nice deep matrix here on the point Marine. He's actually taking so many of the hits. That was so crucial. Oh, but the Lings are overrunning. Here comes the fire bats, though.
Fire bats, oh shit. Oh, the fire bats for the rescue thing?
Oh wow!
Ooh,
So
okay.
there's a Zerg player. His name is October Zerg, Zerg for short. He was he's from Macedonia. He was very active in the late 2000s, right? And he was known for the fact that he went like heavy Zerglings in every game, right? And I'm sure that you guys are familiar with the player Idra. He played StarCraft 2, and he was really big in Brood War, one of the few foreigners to play in Korea for some time. And so they had a ladder match, and all that Idra did was just make fire bats and medics, pretty much. And he said, "Fire bats, October Zerg's natural-born enemy." And I feel like this game might evolve into the same thing, because I see just constant Zergling production. I just now clicked and saw the Lurker upgrade, but it's gonna be too late. If he keeps up this fire bat production, I don't see how Zookeeper can make enough Zerglings to hold off the next wave.
Oh, now it's really on the other turn, because I thought actually Renko got overrun by the Soglings, but now it's just on the opposite. I think the biggest issue is now that the third has no drones. It's like now there are like 6 drones, but only 3 on the minerals and 3 on the gas right now. And I think if he would have established that one earlier, now he could have killed these tanks and everything better, I think. And all these Scourges who died like nothing.
Yeah, this third base is gonna go down, but Renko's third command center goes down as well, and I don't think it was canceled. I saw it get very close down to the red before died. Not sure if it was canceled or not. But losing the third is going to be way more difficult for the Zerg to justify, because on 2 gas, Renko can continue pumping Marine Medic, Fire Bat, 1 Siege Tank, and a Vessel here and there pretty comfortably for a while.
Tanks are going down just for a few links. But all these Zerglings are dying from Fire Bat, so...
Yeah, D-Matrix Fire Bat. Just wow. The D-Matrix really coming in the clutch so far for Zuki here. And here come the Mutas too. The Mutas coming in very late. It feels like a very piecemeal attack. He just kept sending one group of his army at a time. But it actually is going to clean it up. Wow. Oh, the Mutalisks are 1-1 too. What? The Mutalisks have 1-1 upgraded. I don't think I've ever seen this kind of style before.
Is it not really common, isn't it?
Wow, I mean, this explains. I was concerned about how Zookeeper is playing this, because he went for Hive relatively quickly. He's going for these ground upgrades, and I guess now these Spire upgrades, but he has no Hive tech units. He has no Defiler, no Ultralisk, and that's really going to slow him down in the meantime. If he had a couple of Ultras mixed in with these Zerglings to take a couple of these hits, I feel like he would be in such a better place. Or some Guardians even would have made it easier to hold this third base. This Lurker is going to be way too late to hold.
Okay, now his gas is away. Now he built some more mutas, can you see?
Yeah, mutas are not going to be able to survive against the late game bio army.
I see.
Yeah, plus
but
2
you're right.
on the way.
But yeah, I think you're right, because the Defiler or something like that would be pretty nice, I think. Like, he has like a lot of links. He could just overrun all these units. But yeah, now
it looks like he's going for the counterattack. He sniffed out the fact that Renko is not that good at macroing while attacking, so these Zerglings might actually do a fair bit of damage to the economy, and considering the fact that Renko is still on 2 base, just now getting ready to float to the third, he might actually lose a lot. If this command center goes down, this might be a... Oh my goodness, wow. Command center is down.
And on the left there are a lot of mutas. I'm not sure what actually happens now.
Yeah, well, they can't go into the main base. If he had a Greater Spire here, I mean, now that there's so many vessels, it might not be useful, but if he had Greater Spire like 2 or 3 minutes ago and he made Guardians, oof, this would have been brutal. But Renko still does have the standing army advantage.
The Lurkers are not burrowed.
Well, that's not good. I mean, with this amount of vessels with a radiate, it's not going to matter even. He can just wait it out, I think. We do see Ultras counters coming up, but armor is only 1/3 of the way done. It's going to be a while before you can actually make any of these Ultras, and after spending so much gas on Lurkers and Mutas over and over and over again, I don't think he's going to be able to produce that many.
No, I'm pretty excited about it, because now the Mutas are coming.
Oh, I mean, the 1-1 Mutas have been doing amazing work for some reason. I can't understand, but here comes the Irradiate. Oh, nice pull away. He needs to do another one, though. Yeah. Oh my god, so many Irradiates. Oh no. Oh no, and that's the death sentence for the Mutalisks. They're all flying together. Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh! That last...
Wow. There was a killer radiation, I think.
Yeah,
Oh
these
crap.
last two mules are at 7 and 14 health. That was like 12 mutas for maybe 2 vessels and some marines. Definitely not a good trade. And now down to only 2 bases. He needs to make these ultras to make some sort of attempt at a comeback, but I really struggle to see it how it's possible. Terran is just so cost efficient. Even on this one running base that he has right now, it's about to become 2. Oh, the counterattack again though. Snow Firebats at home. Looks like he did recognize it though.
No, but they're not like in limbo line, so I'm not sure how good it actually will work. If he would have had all these mutalisks left, like he could just deny that expansion on the left again.
Yeah.
Then maybe harass a little bit more, so...
Yeah.
But only with links alone, I'm not sure. Oh, maybe
Oh my
we
god,
could
if this
put-
command center goes down again, that would be incredible. That would be quite something.
It would be nice. Oh,
Oh my god, he's repairing it now. You just now realized. It's going down. It's going down.
It's going down again.
Oh my god! Yo!
Oh
What?
shit.
At the same time though, the Zookeeper has so much money, he could actually make like 4 ultras and a ton of links right now, and that could actually swing the tide of this battle. I mean, if you look at it, Renko is barely mining right now off his 1 base.
How much gas does a Ultralisk cost again?
It's 200 minerals, 200 gas, so like relatively speaking, it's very cheap. But he's making, he's making Scourge. I think that was a misclick. He has 4, oh no, actually, wow, that's actually a lot. Oh wait, is it a misclick? No.
Or maybe he went for the Scourge because of the many vessels there.
Yeah, but more vessels gonna come, and looks like more Scourge are on the way. But there's nothing to take fire for them. If he sends the Zerglings first, he could do it. If he sends the Zerglings first and then the Scourge. But right now he needs to be pumping Zerglings, pumping Ultras, and that's his only way of getting back in this game. No, don't send them by themselves. No, it's not worth it. I think that vessel was in the red too. So four Scourge for 1 vessel is actually a bad trade. Actually, it's not that bad. Now that I think about it, that's crazy. 100 minerals, 225 gas for a vessel, and 50 minerals and 150 gas for 4. Wow, Scourge are just so good.
Scourge is so...
Oh, but these are slow ultras. This is gonna take a while for them to get there, and now they're glitching out. Now
Oh shit, the Ultralisk are blocking themselves like for...
Yeah. If these ultras were fast, they could have maybe done a lot more damage. Because look at this, the Irradiate actually helps the Ultralisk against Bio because of the fact that the Irradiate hurts the Bio that he's fighting against.
Oh, but he denied the third expansion on the right again, so...
Yeah, true.
Oh, but Zucker has still got a lot of minerals. Maybe he could build a few more hatcheries just in the main and just pump because so he get more lava and just got 4 more things. I'm not sure.
I honestly think that there's one problem with that, is that it's a little bit too little too late. The reason for that is like he's about to run out of money, so soon he's not gonna be able to support the hatcheries that he's adding. He needed to have those hatcheries like 3 minutes ago. Then he might have been able to run this over, because Zerglings produce so quickly and they're so cheap. That's why he has so much money. And he didn't produce the ultras in time either. Renko finally learning from his previous mistakes. He actually has a little group of Marine Medic and Firebat defending this 3rd base. He knows that he can't afford to lose any more command centers, I think.
Yeah. I'm not sure, would have been pretty good for Zucker if he just mined that mineral field was blocking the choke and then just going for the top, bottom left just to go for another expansion.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely possible, but his main problem wasn't actually getting the expansions, it was holding them down. He hasn't been able to put the lurkers in the right place or send the Zerglings at the right time in order to defend his expansion. So opening the back door certainly wouldn't have hurt, but I don't think it would have changed anything either in the events leading up to this. And we just saw Renko scan there as well. He just scanned both of those backwards expansions. Ooh, Renko tried to do the pimpest play where you dematrix all your vessels instantly, so that none of the none of them die. But looks like this is gonna be a last hurrah Zergling attack here.
It's pretty much over. He has now just 2 mineral patches left. That's pretty much over, I think.
150 minerals.
Oh,
and he has...
about over 5k minerals. Ooh.
Yeah, and oh my god, if he had only 2 drones on his gas this whole time, that's so disappointing. Actually, I think maybe he irradiated one of the drones. But if he had... Yeah, because I remember when Irradiate got cast and I was confused, like, why would you irradiate a Zergling? So if he irradiated a drone, that makes sense. But yeah, Renko's gonna snowball here now. At this point, he has 3 bases, gas is up, vessels, and Zookeeper is kind of just trapped. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, they're not letting him out.
Got like 4 times more supply, so
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much over.
Yeah,
that's
that's GG.
Yeah, but it was a really nice game. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Zookeeper really did everything he could to stay in there. You know, all of those Zergling run-bys, Renko wasn't reacting fast enough to them. He wasn't macroing enough at home to completely deflect them. So Zookeeper picked up on that and he started just abusing it to his advantage, and that made it a lot closer than maybe it would have been otherwise. I think if Zookeeper just did a little bit of a better job holding down his bases, maybe cleaned up his build order a little bit to make sure that he's getting like Lurker before he gets +1 armor and +1 attack, that when he gets Hive, he gets Ultralisk Cavern or Defiler Den immediately, I feel like that could have been a completely different game.
I see.
The thing that I was trying to do on the last game was trying to deny third gas for the Zerg. Because if the Zerg doesn't have a third gas, he's not able to make Defilers at all.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
actually,
you did a good job of that.
Actually, that command center stuff was totally my mistakes, literally. Yeah.
Yeah, all you have to do is lift, and all the SCVs save themselves, and the command center doesn't burn down. But yeah, it's hard when you're managing a bio army that takes up like 5 control groups with siege tanks and vessels, and then you you also have like Zergling run by here, and Mule is there. You know, it can definitely get very pressing.
Yeah.
Oh, are we skipping the 2v2?
Yeah, you know the reason. Yeah.
Why? What's the reason?
This is a 3-1 favor to Total Rookie right now, and if Total Rookie gets one more game, then they takes EMG. They takes the game for EMG
you're right.
now.
You're right. You're very much right. Yeah. So 3v3 coming up here. Yeah, this is tough. We've never been very good at 3v3 as a team, so we'll see. We're like in 3v3, we're like the Three Stooges. I think like no matter which 3 of us you send there, we're like, what are they? Mo, Larry. We just bumble around.
Yep. So
we'll
start it.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
So yeah, this is the game score is 3-1 in favor of the Team Total Rookie. And if Team Total Rookie win this game, they're gonna get their second series of winning in the in the Rookie Team League.
Yeah.
Okay.
Team Total Rookie in the Rookie Team League.
Yeah.
I don't know why you did that to us.
Yeah, it's kind of like I was trying to make the pun, but what you're seeing right now is the 11 o'clock Zerg is AOT from Team East Manor Gaming.
And you can actually do Shift Tab to make it team colors. Oh, all right.
So yeah, the blue color is from EMG and red color is from Team Total Rookie.
Yeah. And I have to admit that I was the host of this map, and in the folder for RTL there was 2 versions of Hunters, and if we look at the top right base that I have as Terran, I think that I chose the wrong version of Hunters, because look at this mining distance, it's absurd, compared to the other bases especially. It's just super questionable.
Yeah, so this is actually for Team Total Rookie, they are doing 2 Protoss and 1 Terran. And for EMG, they have 1 Zerg, 1 Protoss, and 1 Terran.
Yeah, and they got the neat bottom left pocket, one of the best possible spawning locations that you could get in a team match. And we see that Daze is reacting to that immediately by building his kind of his wall off here in the choke. And at the same time, oh no, I'm sorry, is that Area or Daze? I have to undo the colors real quick. Yeah, no, that's Area building the depot there to make the wall off, and then Daze behind him is going to probably throw down gateways back there to support this wall. And so they take a forward position, they can expand behind it. Very strong play here.
Yep. But at the same time, the 11 o'clock Zerg, I think is AOT. Yeah, he's in trouble. He's in potential trouble because the 12 o'clock and the 1 o'clock is from the Team Total Rookie. So there's a possibility that AOT might get eliminated first too. Yeah. And that's a little mistake that the probe is dying by drones.
Yeah. So far for build orders, we see that Dentarg went, I think, for a 9-gate, 10-gate. It looked like, which is definitely much safer against the Zerg, who's right next to you, who is going for speed links. That was a good call by him. Meanwhile,
I think so.
Randir is going for a 10-12 gate at the bottom. Gateway's a little bit off position. I would have liked to see him closer to the choke, so he can go reinforce his friends better. Dazed this also went for looks like 10-12 gate, but slightly delayed because of the walking distance he had to cover to the natural. And Arya threw down his gas, as did Fanaticist, which is me. So 2 teching Terrans, 3 people going 2 gate, and now we see some harass from AOT coming into Dentarg's way.
Seems like the Zealous is. It seems like the Zealous is a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a slight delay there. Also, I think we discussed this before, but what's called the 2 gateways being so spread out like this doesn't create that many places for the Zealots to micro around, and it creates a very big surface area to defend. So you see now he has to have 1 Zealot there, 1 Zealot here. As the Zergling counts increase, it's gonna be harder and harder for him to control all this area. Ooh, this Zealot's gonna get picked off. Oof.
Yet this
Meanwhile, if we look at the choke, like knowing that trouble was afoot, I built a bunker there, and it's actually gonna pick off an Overlord.
Yeah.
I'm trying to protect my boy from these Zergling harassments and the Zealots that are undoubtedly coming.
Yeah.
And Randir is rallying his Zealots over in that direction as well.
So yeah, this is kind of common expansion, but be careful that there's 2 Zealots attacking. Oh, this is trouble. Yeah. And there's the vultures that's coming out. And
yeah, vultures are much faster for Arya than they are for Chobo. I mean, Chobo has 1 vulture on the way, but Arya already has his 2 factories up and a 3rd one on the way. So it's hard for them to catch up. This bunker definitely slowed me down a little bit.
Yep. But with the only 1 bunkers, with the massive amount of the Zealots and the Zerglings, it's hard to block with just 1 bunker. And especially the Terran is making 3 vultures with the Mai.
Yeah.
And the problem is that because there's no range at this time, because there's only vultures, mass vultures is so effective in this. And then Dentarg is attacking to AOT, but this is not good because he already have a mass Zerglings and the mass Sunken Colonies to block enough amount of the Zealots. And then
now they're getting outnumbered here in this natural. There's so many Zealots here and so many Zerglings that are coming for them. And with the 1 vulture, is not going to be enough to hold us off, considering the fact that there's going to be more and more vultures pouring out of Arya now.
Yeah, there's the 2 vultures because Arya Arya has 3 factories.
Yeah, he went pretty all in there. It's very I mean, this isn't all in. This is a good play, especially in this situation, but 3 factories means that it's constant vulture production and pretty much nothing else. He's going to be able to outnumber pretty much everybody here.
Because Team Total Rookie doesn't have Dragoons, which means that the vultures is pretty efficient.
Yeah.
And it seems like Dentarg is in huge trouble. And because with this amount of the units, there's no way Chobo or Randir can help Dentarg. Because if they help, then there's no way to block this amount of the units.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 3v3 is actually going pretty well for the Team EMG. If they win this game, then if they win this game and they win the 2v2 with like this team works, then they can drag into the ace match.
Well, look at these mind snipes from from AOT here. He does everything possible to delay the Terran. Look at these mind snipes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my
He's so ballsy with that, and look at that. He's so good at it.
Oh my god, this is so Zerg player. Like, if I have like this kind of Zerg play in my team play, no, that's Mystic, but still.
That time he failed, but I mean, to kill 6 mines ahead of time, this is an incredible play.
And at the same time, Dentarg's Nexus is gone.
Yeah.
And I think there's no probes coming out from Dentarg at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm dead.
He's dead in the water. He has 9 minerals.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much done. Dentarg is out.
Yeah, we see Dazed has Dragoons now. He has a cannon in his main base. He has a robotics facility on the way, so mines are not going to be able to hold it off any longer. And look at the sheer amount of vultures here.
Yeah.
Randir doesn't have any cannons, doesn't have Dragoons at all, so vultures are pretty much going to hard counter everything that he owns. Zerglings are keeping the vultures at bay. They're gonna run through these mines. Oh,
Oh, all the probes are dying, and then the position of the vultures, this actually makes it hard for Danhag or Randy or Chobos to kill those vultures, because you see that all the Zillas are going 1 to 1 to 1, and it's so bad against the units like Vulture.
yeah. That's why I was forced to make Siege Tank, but Siege Tank loses to Zealot and Zergling pretty hard, and like it slows down my vulture production. I can't produce as many as he does. So it's just a bad situation all around.
Yeah, this is pretty much, it's almost a game for EMG, and there's a GG called from Team Total Rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Team EMG, they had a successful teamwork and drags to the 2v2, the team game, and this will be the last match before the ace match. So let's see if Team EMG can drag this game to the ace match.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually a pretty nice game by EMG.
Yeah,
Yeah, they played
definitely.
very well. I mean, we made the mistake of thinking that we could take out AOT on the top left. I sent them to die. I was like, you two, go kill him. And so they sent their zealots, and then there was 2 Sunkens there and like 12 lings, and I felt so bad because I know that I sent them to their death there. I feel like if we had just held instead of like contained him instead of trying to kill him, we would have been in a much better position.
Yep.
Mm.
And so this is the last chance for Team East Matter Gaming. If EMG wins this game, then they can go to the ace match, which anything can be happened.
Mm-hmm.
So probably they
That's
want
right.
to win this game. But actually, this is kind of side note. But I'm sorry for Action EMG that he has IP conflict with me. So he was supposed to play in the 2v2, but because of that, he was not able to. I'm sorry, Action EMG.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So game will be started. So this is the 6th match of the last week series between Team Total Rookie and Team EMG. What you see is the top right corner is Ranko RF.
Yeah, and he's playing the Zerg, and at the top left corner it was me, Fanaticist. I went random, and because Zerg and Zerg was banned, I believe, from the league. Well, it's not because I always go random in team games, but we got Zerg kind of like the cheap way, the cheating way, because that's the way that they used to do it in Kespa as well. When they banned Zerg teams, they allowed you to play Zerg random, and you just have to hope that you get Zerg. And so, what I'm trying to say is that Zerg is very good.
That's true. And
I heard a lot about that. It's pretty imba or something like that, but I think it in that league really depends like how good the skills are too. So I even saw people with P and P who could actually defeat other people. So I think, yeah,
yep.
Yeah,
so
And
it should be
also-
alright. I think.
Then is bottom right corner. What you're seeing is right now is AOT from Team EMG.
yeah, he's playing the blues. Well, I said red Zerg and blue Zerg, but I was lying because I had the colors switched earlier. He's playing the white Zerg. I'm sorry about that. And in the bottom left, we have the brown Terra and Arya EMG. So it's, as he mentioned earlier in the game, it's a true top versus bottom. Top of the map belongs to Team Total Rookie. Bottom of the map belongs to Team EMG.
Yep. So pretty much when AOT saw the overloads, if he saw the overloads from Chobo, then he might realize that it is 2 Zergs. But because I was selecting Zerg, he was not sure that it is 2 Zerg.
Yep.
Mm,
And also the fact that we saw his Overlord there means that I can go for 12 hatchery because Renko will be able to help me out faster than Arya will. Than AOT would be able to punish me. Like if AOT sends Zerglings to my hatchery, then Renko will be able to get there first to help me out. So this kind of helped us decide who will go macro and who will go micro.
Yep.
Well, not micro, but you know what I'm saying. Zerglings or expansion, so on and so forth.
So yeah, AOT is making it's almost the same build between the one on the right side Zergs, they are doing almost same thing. The 6 circling with the speed upgrades. Yep.
It's pretty
Yeah,
common standard, I think.
yeah. The one difference is we see Renko is already taking that cliff hatchery. I think that's definitely more important, and when there's a Terran on the other side of the map to keep the bio from coming uphill. Whereas AOT, he really doesn't need it that much, and he's going for the layer first actually here. He's trying to rush to Mutalisks to maybe take advantage of these two other players that are attacking slightly slower than him.
Yep. And for Terrans, it's actually obvious that Terran is going for 2 barracks bionics.
Yeah, it's very strong. This
Yeah.
Terran is very good against two double Zerg teams because of the ability to produce fire bats for Zerglings, the ability to he off one base produce units. Like if you remember the Boxer days, he got all the way up to Vessel off of one base. So Terran's very good to sticking on one base and killing Zergs, I think.
Yeah. So with the early double hatchery, there's a huge advantage on the lair. If you see the layers, the speed of the lair, AOT is faster than the Ranker's lair. So for the team EMG, it is important to get that advantage or not.
Yeah, to keep the layer here, and Fanatis is also going for the layer, but it's even later than Renko's. So they tried to flank the Zerglings here, but instead of flanking them, they're gonna run in here and try to sheerly muscle out this Zerg player. Nice. That was a decent arc by what's his name, by AOT, but it's not enough. That there are 2 Sunkens on the way. He needs to hold on to this for as long as possible.
Yeah, the
Renko. So go ahead.
Yeah, the 2 Sunkens are probably enough for right now, but because it has a massive of the Zergling.
Yeah, but they did a nice job with the drones that she could protect all his stuff. So it was really close, but he still could manage that.
Yeah, he didn't lose very much. He only slowed himself. He's only a little bit slowed down because of this. Losing 2 drones off of a 1-hatcher build is very hurtful. His Spire is now slightly delayed, and if you notice, this allows Renko to build his Spire first, despite the fact that he had the later layer. So that pressure was very crucial here. So now, but in exchange, we did lose all of our Zerglings pretty much trying to pressure this. So now we see the counterattack from Arya, who couldn't really be out on the map until he had medics and fire bats. So now we see Zerglings, Marines, and medics coming in, spotted by the Overlord, and Renko is going to have to time his flank for this engagement.
Yeah, so the Marines are going inside, but there's a 2 seconds with the Zerglings that's coming back from it, and then all the bionics from the area is cleared by Zerglings.
So they got crushed.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they had to go for it. They had the advantage, temporarily speaking. I feel like there was a chance that they might have been able to do something by poking up Ranko's ramp, but poking up a ramp is even harder than it is to go against 2 sunken colonies. So not entirely sure if that was the best play or not, but it was definitely something that they had to do. They had to do something with that opening that they were given.
Because at this point, AOT's Spire is a lot slower than Ranker's Spire. Because Ranker's Spire is done at this point.
And Chobo's, well, mine is about to finish as well right now as well. So it's 2 Zergs with a Spire against 1 Zerg without a Spire. That's definitely a place you don't want to be in.
Especially after the Terran loses all his bionic units.
Yeah, the Terran has to now invest into turrets. I mean, he is just now getting the engineering bay, which is actually quite late. The Mutalisks now for Renko are going to have free reign. Chobo not able to make as many because of the fact that he recently had to invest in Sunkens. He's making Scourge instead to take out some of these Overlords, I think.
Yep. And
if I recall correctly.
But so AOT trying to send their Zerglings if there's expansion on the side of the Ranko, but because Ranko knows that if he plays safe, it is his game, so he didn't go for like aggressive expansion at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 Mutalisk makes its way over to AOT's base.
Yeah. Because the Spire is so late. There's no time for AOT to make Scourges for Mutalisk. So the drones are killed by Mutalisks, and that's crucial. So with that, AOT is trying to kill Ranko.
Yeah, there's a lot of Zerglings coming his way though, because he knew that his Spire was later. He's trying to go all in right now with all these Zerglings.
Yeah. But because
a lot of them died.
He managed actually just to go inside.
Yeah. Because I blocked Zerglings on top of the Overlords, so he was not able to see there's a Zerglings.
Yeah,
Maybe it would have been a little bit better just to kill the drones. I'm not sure.
No, I mean my Zerglings
Um,
blocked the ramp.
yeah.
Yeah, so he was
Oh, you
not.
mean to keep the Mulists there and to kill the drones you're talking about, Dentarg? No,
I mean, like, yeah, he just skipped the sun cannons. They go inside because now he just killed 2 sun cannons and it was pretty much it. And now you got
uh,
both a
Oh
lot of
no.
yeah.
mutalisks.
I
That was
mean,
my suggestion.
as Renko was saying, there were a couple of Zerglings that were hidden on the ramp there that took up so much of the other Zerglings' time. And second of all, if he kills the Sunkens first, the Marines can walk up completely calmly, as they're trying to do now. But they're just a little bit late. The medics got caught somewhere else, and that's
I
really the
see.
main issue. If both Sunkens were still there, the Marines would not have been able to make it up the ramp. But because the 2 Sunkens died, he opened a little bit of a window. But I think Aria's lack of lack of medics there really hurt him there pretty badly.
Got surrounded. No, got crushed.
And at the same time, because Ranko killed the AOT's drones, the AOT doesn't enough have a drone. So at this time, he's not able to make Mutalisk. He's only able to make drones and the Scourge because he doesn't have enough minerals.
Yeah, and if we look at actually at Arya right now, he just now out of the starport, despite the fact that his gas is so high. If he had been going for starport earlier, I feel like he might already at this time have what's called either a Valkyrie or a science vessel with irradiate on the way soon. Because look at his gas; it's absolutely absurd how high it is.
It's 80, 86, 870, 870.
Mhm. He definitely could have been doing something with all that gas earlier.
That's true.
And because both Zergs went Mutalisk here, sometimes what happens is one Zerg goes Hydra, the other Zerg Muta. But because both Zergs went Muta right now, it would have been quite a strong answer to the both Zergs going for the same tech.
But at the same time, the bionic units trying to come out because if they do not giving pressure to the Zergs, they know that the Zerg's gonna harass AOT, which means that possible to have a 2v1. And there's a trouble. The fantasy is Mutalisk is attacking Terran space, but there's a turret. Defense.
This Muta micro though.
Yeah.
This Muta micro is lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, and then here comes the Scourge.
Here comes the Scourge. Oh yeah, yeah, it's actually past. Yeah.
But I mean, look at this now. AOT, I mean, he has a starport up, but not AOT. I'm sorry, Arya. They both start with A. God damn it. Anyway, he has a starport up for a while now, but no science facility. He's now up to 1,200 gas. I really feel like he could have been getting on that a little bit earlier.
And because Arya sent all the Scourge, that means that Ranko can send Mutalisk to kill all the sunken colony. And as you can see, Ranko's Zerglings is killing all the hatchers and lairs for the AOT side.
Yeah, if this hatchery goes down, AOT does not even have 300. The Marine medic are going to show up here. Is the hatchery going to go down? No, the lair has too much health. The drones are going to be picked off instead while the Marine medics are farther away. So many drones going down. There's only 2 left.
There's only 2 left, and there's no Spire, and there's no Overlords.
Yeah, he's at 2 out of 1 supply. I just realized that. I've been sniping his overlords with Scourge throughout this entire time, and or at least trying to. And I thought that like he must have 1 somewhere that I'm just not getting, right? But no, he's actually at 0.
Yeah, he doesn't have it. So he's busy to make the overlords, but which means that he doesn't have enough time to make the drones.
Mm-hmm. And he's forced to make 2 overlords at once, I think, fearing that 1 might go down. He's now down to below 50 minerals, which is the danger zone. If he loses these last drones, it might be a wrap.
Yeah. So that's a reason why AOT is around, the area is around the AOT space, but
yeah,
Ranko's Mutalisks came because Mutalisks are faster than the Bionics.
Oh my god, that overlord's at 5 HP, I'm so stupid.
Yeah, what's that you? Ooh, yeah.
Got that 1 drone killed. That's all I need, baby.
That's true.
1 drone left, 86 minerals. This is always the toughest spot, like to be a Zerg. But on the other hand, though, Arya did manage to get an expansion. Renko still on 1 base, and it looks like I am now finally switching over to Lurker or Hydra. Ooh, we got a drop coming from my base. Oh, this moment was scary.
Yeah, The drop is actually
Yeah.
essential. It's actually kind of nice move by Arya, but because of the fast reaction by Genesis, it was able to manage to block safely. And at the same
Well,
time, Ranko is
more or
interesting
less.
bench.
Yeah, nothing that important was lost, fortunately. If that Hydra Den went down, it definitely would have been unfortunate, because at this time I'm trying to make lurkers in order to give some breathing room for Renko to expand himself and to defend my own third base as I transition to a more grounded army.
Yeah, and there's a harassment on the Terran's expansion
Oh man.
because
Yeah.
Well,
the three
yeah.
cushions.
The red.
Yeah,
Oh, this mute is so annoying.
yeah. Because Team Toro Rookie knows that Zerg is really far behind. If they do enough damage on Terrans, then it is a safe position for the Team Total Rookie. And at the same time, because Ranko saw that there's a bionic unit on middle of the map, his Mulus is going for killing all the drones for the AFP.
Yeah, when you have, like, it's good to have, I would actually rather have 2 people with 6 Mulists than have 1 person with 12 Mulists, because you can just split them up so intelligently like this. And yeah, that's GG.
That's GG, and this is the second win for the Team Total Rookie in the Rookie Team League, and their 2 wins are coming from EMG.
Yeah, and a best of 3. We've played them 3 times, so it's important to know that this was the deciding series between our 2 teams. Like many others in the league, I believe the first and second place and third and fourth place were also decided in best of 3 series matches.
Yep.
And fun side note is that me and AOT met in every single one of those games. So
Yeah.
And there's also, but we played ace match. Yeah, we played ace match
Alright.
because this is the last game of the season 2 of this team rookie team league. So we actually played ace series. So we're gonna cast that ace series.
But to be honest, usually it was planned that Jobo has to play, but then they said, but everybody said no, it's enough, we don't have to play, and then later just Ranko just surprised us and said, oh, I just played the ace. I said,
Yeah.
what's happening exactly?
Yeah, so I decided just to play with the EMG because this is the last week of the RTL. So I actually decided to play one more game. And welcome to the ace match between Team Total Rookie versus EMG. From the top left corner is Flash from Team Total Rookie. And
sponsored.
Yeah, sponsored by and then the bottom left is Jedon from Team EMG. Sponsored by Own GameNet. It's now OGN. Yeah. So these two people, yeah. So these two people have met each other for a long time, and because it's a fighting spirit, they actually know how to open it. And I think there's no like a crazy move like a 4 drones or 5 drones, but yeah. Do you guys want to cast this one?
I think I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I actually just saw it yesterday. No spoilers for me, please.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So.
It was a good joke while it lasts, but
yeah.
Let's not take it too far.
Okay. Yeah. So this is just joke. Yeah. That one is the WCG
No!
2010. There was a WCG 2010 semi-final, game 3.
Is that the same time when they played the Tau Cross game, or is that 2009? Oh, that was 2010. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a great series.
So yeah, that was joke. There's no ace game. So.
I see. Oh no. I didn't know that. I just thought, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So that replay is just other replay. So I'm gonna just wrap it up the result. So Team Total Rookie won against Team EMG by score 4-2.
Yep.
And thank you, and for all the people who watch this new casting, thanks so much. I really
Yeah,
appreciated all the people to come and watch my stream. Really, really appreciate your help. Thanks so much.